Welcome to Rise with Wealth Warriors. This is an exciting live today. We're bringing on one of our students who's absolutely crushing it. Excited for you guys to basically get some value bombs, get some knowledge. If you guys are struggling right now, not making sales, maybe you buy a course and it's just not working out for you guys, this is a live for you guys to attend because Wendy was the exact same way. She was struggling weeks ago, right? She bought multiple courses online and she didn't have that proper guidance, that proper structure. And just 6 weeks into joining our program, she's already banked over $2,000. She's already in the pluses with her business. Pretty much thanks to us, thanks to her mentors, me and Daniel, our staff, our program, right? I'm just going to bring her on anyways, guys. Let's give a huge round of applause to Wendy.
Let's go.
Who are you? Where are you from? And what's your background?
So I'm Wendy Jane Ellis. I live in Wales in the UK. I'm a mum of 3 and I'm a stay-at-home, work-from-home.
What's your background? Like, what have you used to do? Have you always been a stay-at-home mom?
I used to work 10, 11-hour shifts, Amazon on a night shift when my 2 oldest children were very little, and it was exhausting. Sometimes I'd do like 60 hours a week, and then on my day off, I would be just exhausted to move, let alone like spend time with the kids. Basically, when I was getting home, they were like going to school or like getting ready for school, and then when I was going to work, they were like getting ready for bed, so I never seen them, and it was really, really crushing me and affecting me badly to cause really bad mental health, depression, anxiety, stress. So I never had any time to spend with my kids and my family, and it led me to a very, very dark place in my life.
What made you decide that you want to start your online business at the first place? What's that turning point?
The turning point, when I very first started working online, I was just fed up, of living week by week and not even being able to afford a holiday or a trip for my family. For about 3 years couldn't even afford to take my family anywhere. What made me want to change is I want a better life for my family. I don't want to stay stuck, and I don't want to live week by week and just not have a life, just work, sleep, eat. That wasn't for me, for me and my family.
Myself, I was on food stamps, and Nathan, one day his daughter asked him, "Daddy, why do you so much?" So once you get that point, there's a turning point, just push you over the edge. You got to do it, right?
So the turning point was every time my children were asking, for the mammy, I wasn't there. I was at work. Okay. And then one day, coming back from work, I tried to take my own life, and my partner saved me. And that was my turning point.
So you say one day you try to take your life and your partner saved you. Then what happened?
Yeah. And then basically I was in hospital for 2 days, and I was wondering if I was going to make it to the next day. I was wondering if I was going to live because I'd overdosed on very, very strong medication. And then I started looking online, and I had joined a network marketing company, but I wasn't making any sales or anything like that. I was just spending so much time on my phone with network marketing companies, trying to make sales, trying to chase people, trying to spam people's inbox, trying to do 6 posts a day to just try and make anything. And it was just exhausting, and I was spending more time on my phone then and even neglecting my kids even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that as well. Yeah. So how long ago was that?
So that was 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
And so in that 8 years, in that 8 years of time, you just keep doing network marketing. In the
just
meantime,
keep jumping companies to try and find the right support and guidance and training and products, because it's either been the products don't work or there's no training, or I'm just left to, fend for myself, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. All I was doing is doing what I knew is to try and get sales.
How long have you been doing digital and affiliate marketing for?
My first time I started to try and do digital marketing was last year, and I bought a course, Simply Passive. I went through the course twice, and I still couldn't get my head round to know what to do. And the lady that I purchased the course from wasn't available, so I was just left to fend for myself. And then I seen a community about 4 to 5 weeks later, and I bought into the community for about £300, I think it was, in our currency. And again, like, I didn't have a clue. I was going through hours and hours of training, and I was still lost. I didn't even know my niche. I didn't even know anything. Like, I was just like lost. And then, so because I was lost, I was like spending money on finding like a personal coach or little courses that could help me with my bigger course. By about 8 weeks' time, I'd spent about £1,000. I hadn't made any money back. So then I ended up quitting it. I ended up quitting, and I ended up doing nothing then.
But let me ask you this. When you decide to quit, after that 8 weeks, fail again, right? That put you back to the depression state. How did you feel at the time when you quit?
You know, I felt useless. I really did. I was like, you know, I'm never going to make anything of my life online. You know, I'm obviously not made to be successful. You know, I'm not even meant to be successful. So what's the point, kind of thing. So yeah, I was in my mind. I was like giving up on myself.
And where did you draw the courage to try it again? I mean, and how did you find out?
So I was seeing a lot about the Legacy Builders program, and I was watching a friend, and she made a little bit of money, but deep down she was still stuck. I made 4 sales in Legacy Builders, but they were just from pure luck. They were just like from good friends of mine. I didn't have a clue what I was posting. I was posting 3 reels a day, what like I was told to do. But I was posting reels of like retirees. I was posting reels of like stay-at-home dads, and I was just posting like anything that was being put in the group because I didn't have a clue like that I needed to, you know, to speak to who I want to help, if that makes sense. So yeah, I ended up 9 weeks. Honestly, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. And then I seen one of Nathan's. So I seen Nathan's post, started speaking to Nathan, and you know, he was speaking to me, giving me lots of like information, and you know, asking like a few things about me. And but I was like, I can't afford it. I really can't afford it. I'm still paying off my other program on a payment plan. I'm like, I really don't know how I'm going to afford it. But honestly, this program sounds amazing. Like for about 3 weeks, and then one day I reached out to my mum and I asked her if I could borrow the first payment for a payment plan, and she was happy to lend me the first payment. And then I tried to contact Nathan, and on that day something had happened to his Facebook, as you know.
Like he got shut down.
I was like, where's this guy gone? I'm like, so then I reached out to you, Daniel, and I asked you how to get started, and you said, here, you can do this through a payment plan. And then I was in that same night. Since I got started plugging into the training, within about 3 days, I had literally learned more than I'd learned in 9 weeks in the previous one. Literally 3 days.
You were struggling with these other programs, right? You're struggling. You didn't have the proper guidance, right? You were lost. You were overwhelmed. With all the other programs online and stuff, and all these other courses and stuff online, what was it that drew you to Wealth Warriors and me and Daniel?
With how much value you give to people without expecting anything in return. You know, helping people without expecting. So the free course, for example, that you both, you know, give out, that is so valuable, and it doesn't say you have to join me, you will join me. You know, it's giving people the option, you know, while giving a lot of value that could help them. That was really powerful.
Was there anything in particular about our program that really helped you in the first few weeks?
So knowing that the ongoing coaching was that I could get on a coaching Zoom call and basically ask any questions I was like frustrated with or struggling with, in order to, you know, implement it correctly on my social media, in order to then grow and, you know, start actually getting some traction and start getting people noticing me. And obviously the ongoing support from you guys is absolutely incredible. And sometimes I feel like I'm asking too much in the DMs. I really
Never
do.
ask too much. That's why we're here. That's literally why you hired us, is to get you to ask questions, right? And get you
Yeah,
through that.
sometimes I think some questions are like stupid that I should know, but I'm still quite a beginner. I'm just a few weeks in, really.
Yeah. So what was it? What was the turning point to you getting your first $1,000 day? What was that? What was that feeling for you to get your first high ticket sale and $1,000 USD in a single day?
It felt absolutely amazing, and it felt absolutely amazing to know that I've got somebody else in a program that is going to truly help them and not keep them stuck and struggling and wondering what to post and all that malarkey,
But what was your feeling inside knowing that, okay, I just made $1,000 a day?
The feeling was amazing. Yeah, the feeling was amazing, and it finally started to give me hope, that I'm going to actually make some money this time. Like, not for like 8 or 10 years looking online, But yeah, it's finally given me hope now for my family's future.
The craziest thing about that is you made $1,000 in a single day before you even finished paying off your plan for phasing. You basically made back your return on investment before you even finished paying off the program,
Yeah,
right?
that's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Even for me and Daniel, that's an amazing thing for us. That's our goal for our students, is to get you that initial investment back as soon as we can, and then you're no longer worrying about that investment that you did. Now you can focus on scaling your business, focus on learning the skills, right?
Yep.
And then just a week and a half later, you ended up making your second high ticket sale. So now you're $1,000 in the pluses. So now you made your money back already, right? And now you're in the pluses, and you've got what, 4 or 5 people lined up already for this month?
Yeah, I have.
To me, I love that. That's exactly why we've created this program, is to get students results like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing, because we're not gonna take any of the credit for that. You did the work.
You both have helped me believe in myself, like truly.
Wendy, bring us back to that moment. Let's say, because right now you are inside our program, you are working with me and Nathan and also all the coaches. You know what we have, but let's bring people back to the moment before you join the program, okay? Because your story is actually the story a lot of people are going through right now. They might buy a couple courses already. They haven't got the results they are looking for. And everybody on the internet saying that, hey, I'm going to coach you, right? And when after they pay, then so-called coach is nowhere to be found. So that creates doubts. And especially when you look at your own track record, you didn't have the success that you wanted yet, right? So how did you overcome the self-doubt? Okay, since you already bought a couple courses already, you didn't get the results, the coaches that you used to work with didn't give you any support. How did you know, I mean, we are the right one?
Well, I could see it in the community, the way you both help people in the community, the way, the testimonials that I've seen, obviously, and the video testimonials about you both. And I've seen it firsthand on the coaching calls. Like, you really, really go deep helping people. It's not just like, yeah, you just do that, and yeah, it'll work. You don't do that. When someone asks a question in our coaching calls, you break it down. Like, you break it down of what to do and how to do it. And basically, you even offer to go onto where they're going wrong. Like, if there's anything that they're doing wrong in order to scale and grow their business. So you break it down, like, as much as you possibly can. I don't think you could break it down anymore if you tried. You truly, like, spend 10 or 15 minutes with each person that asks a question. You're just so supportive. So that's when I felt, this is a program for me, and this is where I can start really truly helping my family and my friends, and and a lot of other mums.
How has your life changed in just the last few weeks after getting those sales and stuff? How is your home life like?
It's changed massively. Like, honestly, now I've got hope that I can take my kids out, even if it's just to somewhere, that's only like a few, like maybe £30, £40, But before, I was even struggling to afford that, to take my kids out, and they were just stuck in the house all the time, and then they were fighting, and getting frustrated themselves. And they notice it as well. They notice the happy, confident mum again. So they notice I'm not going back to bed every day and just sleeping my life away because I'm fed up. So yeah, that's a big difference.
Where do you think you'd be right now today if you hadn't have joined our program?
Still stuck, still wondering what to do next, still not like connecting with the right people, that looking for change. I'd probably still be like DMing people that are truly not my people.
One of the biggest things is figuring out your perfect customer avatar. That was a big one. I know when we were talking, that was the one thing that you were struggling with. You weren't sure who you were talking to and stuff like that, right?
And I've got a clear path of my day-to-day things as well, knowing what to post each day and knowing how to post it and knowing what to do each day on my social media, and not just adding random friends on my Facebook from wherever I can find them, That's what I was doing before, just adding random friends, and obviously that's where I was going wrong.
I mean, this is just side note, right, for people out there, because the second sale you got, right, that's actually the one. I talked to the same person. Nate talked to the same person. You talk to the same person. But use what you learn in the program, right? That lady still decide to go with you. So you want that 100%, okay?
And I knew that lady for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, powerful.
Me and Daniel have been talking to her for a while, and even got on a call with her, right?
Daniel
call with her because we did present her our 5K inner circle package with Jonathan Montoya, but that just wasn't the right solution and right offer for her at that moment. We turned it around, right? While we were talking to her, we've realized that she was actually talking to you. So we were like, well, if me and Daniel were talking to her, and then all of a sudden she's like, well, I'm talking to this Wendy girl. Is it okay if we purchase from her? And we're like, absolutely. We don't care who you purchase from. We just want to help you, right? And for her to go not buy from me and Daniel, right, and go buy from you shows that you've actually learned skills that we've taught inside of our program. Because for somebody to not buy from seven-figure earners and rather go with you, that means you built a relationship with them, with them, and you answered the right questions for them, so they made the right decision and went with you.
She said after 1 week, she said, you know what, Wendy, like, I've known you for a week and I already know, trust you. So yeah, that's so powerful. And then there's people I've been speaking to, and been friends for years and years and years. And yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It also goes to show that, it doesn't matter if you've got $1 million award.
It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Yeah.
That your story, your relatableness, right? You building that know, and trust effect with people. That's how you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You don't need all these freaking awards. You don't need 100,000 followers, right? All you need is that perfect audience, the right offer, right? And build that know, and trust so you can become relatable with your audience.
If there is somebody watching this right now who is in your same situation, right, struggling, but still looking for that hope, what's your message to them?
So if you truly want to change your family's life, then you will find a way. Even if you can't afford it, you will find a way. There's so many different ways to be able to, to start something that is going to start really helping your family. And the best thing you can do is just believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. And nobody else is going to join you on anything you do. And stay consistent, with anything that you do, no matter what it is. The programs and small courses that are absolutely lost. They don't know what they're doing. They're doing everything wrong. Being just salesy and pushy and desperate and spammy like I used to be. And, this could be their turning point of truly, investing in themselves to have the right coaching, most of all, continued support. grow and start actually making money and changing their families' lives.
Good, powerful message. And for people who are watching Wealth Warriors and our team right now, and maybe they are on the fence, this is their first time encounter. For people who are on the fence watching us right now, what would you say to them?
It's took me about £2,000 to actually find what works. Okay. So in any online business journey, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to join the wrong things with the wrong support, no guidance and just left to fend for yourself. But like joining the right program or company will make all the difference to that, and it will change everything because you'll know what to do. You'll have a clear path to follow every single day. You won't be wondering, what do I post today, or who do I try and like add as a friend today, whatever it may be. All the things that they haven't got a clue what they're doing, and they're just winging it. They're winging it every day and hoping that it's going to start paying off and they're going to start making sales. So that's what I'd say.
Beautiful, powerful message. All right, thank you, Wendy, for hopping on this call with us today. And say hello, send our regards, me and Nathan, and also our team, to your mom, your partner, your family.
I will do. Thank you.
You are making them feel so proud right now. Okay?
She's probably watching this right now on live.
Great.
Hello. Thank you, Wendy, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody,
Thank you.
who's live today. Appreciate y'all. Me and Daniel have a few things to get done today. And other than that, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.